kelule bwisele napolitate kialifuna napolipuma lebwisele Sesi alose Sesi ulise
Immaculate, please step forward. Omolayo, step forward. Do you remember that performance that Omolayo had with Ayule? Do you remember? Here, right here. That rehearsal, do you remember it? Do you remember what I said to him? You don't remember? Remind her what I said to you when you were performing that song, before you performed it here. What did I tell you?
I was told to sing the song from the soul.
Okay. Do you remember now? Okay. Now, you've heard Immaculate's performance of My Funny Valentine? You did? Mm-hmm. Where did she sing from? I can't hear you.
Her heart.
Where?
Her heart.
She sang from her heart.
Yes,
What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? What did I say to you before we started? I asked you a question. Did anybody explain what that song meant to you? You said yes. You understood it from that angle. And I said to you, dedicate that song to the people who had left the academy. Didn't I say so?
Yes,
so what are you doing? What exactly are you doing? Thank you. What are you doing? Explain what you're doing to me. I need to know it. You want me to call other references?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure you don't want any other reference? Yes, Olawale, step forward. Did you hear him perform Beautiful?
Yes, sir.
You heard the two versions, the original and the cover. Did you?
Yes, sir.
It's interpretation. Step back. David, step forward. Did you hear his interpretation of Luther Vandross's song?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember the song I'm talking about? Do you want him to remind you?
Yes, sir.
You want him to remind you?
Don't you remember?
Do you remember that rehearsal we had in here? Did I fault any of his rehearsals? You think we are here to joke? Thank you. You think we're here to joke?
Yes, sir.
So what are you doing? Explain to me, because I don't know. Did you hear Simon's version of Wonderful tonight?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let me remind you, or you remind me. Did you hear the interpretation of Gbemisola's last performance? Did you?
I don't remember, sir.
You remember all her performances?
Sorry.
Do you? Which one exactly do you remember? Do you remember When I Fall in Love?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember Beautiful? Christina Aguilera?
Yes, sir.
You remember it? Okay. Do you want to be remembered for leaving the academy and performing well?
Yes, sir.
No. Let me rephrase that. Do you want to be reminded or remembered in the academy for being evicted and singing well?
No, sir.
I keep telling each and every one of you, take a good look at the people behind you. They're not here to joke vocally. They will play with you as a friend, but they're not here to joke with you. So if you don't get it, you better start analyzing it right now, because I don't know what you're doing. Now let us make this even worse. Where are you from?
Monrovia,
Where are you from?
Liberia.
Liberia. What happened in Liberia a few years ago?
There was war.
There was what?
War.
Do you understand what war is?
A little bit, sir.
Did you see what happened? Do you have a picture in your head?
Yes, sir.
Now, personal question. Did you lose anybody? Fantastic. Now, do you know what we're talking about here? Do you know what you're supposed to do with your song now?
Yes, sir.
Or you don't get it? You still don't get it? You're here to play. Why don't you pray for them to come back? You think we're here to joke? Week in, week out, I remind each and every one of you of what you're supposed to do. You still play with it. For what? That song speaks volumes. If you don't understand, I have just painted you situations. Now put that into play. Because you still don't get it. You all still don't get it. Everybody's song every week has a different interpretation. Happy, sad, angry, it doesn't matter. Everyone gets to feel something. They've either lost or they once loved. It might not be all of you at the same time, but somebody has to feel it. Go to your mother to console you. Immaculate is right behind you. Pass the microphone to somebody else. I don't have time for this. Pass the microphone to somebody else. Go. Because she doesn't get it.
Everybody, do what you're doing.